Hey, football fanatics and Washington football team fans. Welcome to the First and 10 Club with me, your host, Mark D. This is actually the second video that I'm doing this morning. I basically just scrapped the first video because during the process of the first video, breaking news came across that the Washington football team has benched Dwayne Haskins. Not only have they benched him, but they've demoted him to third string. I'm baffled by this. I really am. If I'm a football team right now, all right. Uh, if I'm a football team out there right now that hasn't even an inkling of needing a quarterback, I am calling Washington right now and trying to get Dwayne Haskins. I think he has been given the short end of the stick, and I cannot believe that a guy that you just made your captain, that you're benching him. I think this is the first major misstep, and I think it's been done by media pressure and whatnot. Haskins has been far from perfect, but wow. I don't even know what to say here. So Kyle Allen is going to be our starter against the Rams. Uh, I'm just stunned. Absolutely stunned. So I'm going to give you kind of the short version of it. We sit a half a game out of first place right now. We are 1-3. And after being 1-3, apparently all the blame has gone on to Dwayne Haskins. I feel bad for Kyle Allen and Alex Smith because they still have to play behind the disgustingly putrid offensive line that we have right now. And yep, that can be put on record. I think the left side of our offensive line is absolute garbage. As a matter of fact, I am stunned at the fact that they haven't even tried anyone else at that position. If that is the best we have, God forbid if we have some injuries. I pray to God Alex Smith does not have to go into one of these games because after the injury he sustained and had to come back from, protecting him with Jaron Christensen and Wes Martin is an absolute crime against football humanity. The rest of the positions you have, of course, no, it's only Haskins' fault. Cooley, I think you're insane. I can't believe that you don't believe that Terry McLaurin is a number one wide receiver in the NFL. I think he's going to prove you wrong 10 times over. He currently sits in the top 10 of Pro Football Focus's rankings. He's top 5 in yards. And he's doing this with literally no help from coverage on the opposite side, playing with, some Jags. Sims is a little bit above average, but the lone bright spot on our team for the first quarter is our defensive line, who is getting pressure. We're missing Chase Young right now. Can't wait to get him back. Really was concerned when Ioannidis went down with a season-ending injury, but Tim Settle has really stepped up, and I do believe that potentially gives us some bargaining chips to maybe move Ioannidis, Allen, or Payne, seeing the development of Settle. Because we're not going to be able to re-sign all three of them. That's just crazy. They're all going to, I think, want money that is going to be over what we should be paying them. Cornerbacks have looked far above better than expected. Safeties suck. Yep. I'll say that. Landon Collins, you need to do more. You need to make more big plays. Really, you have not been that evident on the field, in my opinion, since you came to Washington. Troy, I don't know. You had some of these issues at Penn State, and maybe they were just masked because of the talent you're playing against, but your angles are horrible. Every time there's a massive play or a big play, you seem to be the person that's getting beat at the end of it, and you're supposed to be our final line of defense as a free safety. That's a bad combination and a recipe for disaster. Can't even say anything too great about special teams. Haven't seen anything special about them. Hopkins has missed a couple of kicks that I am surprised by. Tress Way not having your greatest year, actually your lowest graded season so far, according to Pro Football Focus. Running backs, hey, I really love what we have in Antonio Gibson. What you're seeing right now on game day is phenomenal. The question is, he touched the ball 77 times in college, And I'm really curious to know how that holds up over an entire NFL season. And do we really have the running backs on the team and on the depth chart to spell him? McKissick has shown some flashes. There's also been a couple of times that he hasn't looked so hot in terms of drop passes. Barber, I think that was a whiff. I would have much rather have Adrian Peterson on my team than Barber. And Love, who knows? You're on IR again with knee swelling, coming from somebody who's had knee injuries. I hate to tell you this, but it doesn't get any easier. Our linebackers, definitely Kevin Pierre-Louis, big steal there. He's actually graded in the top 3 for coverage linebackers so far this year. Top 10 overall, has definitely shown up on game day. Bostic also, he's been explosive, been all over the field, been amazing as a blitzing linebacker. Where are the rest of our linebackers? SDH, I don't even hear his name called. I understand Holcomb's hurt. Very curious to know what's going on with Reuben Foster. Is he actually going to get back on this team and play this year? I don't think he is part of the Washington franchise unless unless he plays this year. So really haven't been given any updates in regards to that. And our tight end group, look, I need more from our tight end group, to be perfectly honest. For the amount of target share that they're getting, I expect to see more, especially from Logan Thomas. Coaching, well, I would have said coaching is a B plus, A minus until this. I don't get this. I do not understand the benching of Dwayne Haskins. I really don't. Everybody wants to say, oh, he's garbage, oh, he's trash. So apparently now we have thrown out the window that we're going to build this team, that we're going to see what we have in him, and we benched him. You benched him after 4 games. Yeah, he had one horrific game. He had one really bad game, and I will give him that. So my question is now, and I've talked about this with Chicago, so now you have quarterback roulette going. So now what happens? Is Alex Smith the next man up? When Kyle Allen gets his brains beat in because our offensive line doesn't block, there's no pocket. So then we put Alex Smith in there. Well, then what happens when Alex Smith doesn't produce? Do you go back to Haskins? So now we're in the same boat again. So I'm not saying Haskins was the answer, but what I wanted to see out of Haskins, a guy that we spent a massive amount of draft capital for, those draft picks, they mean nothing. Just keep making them and throwing them away because that's what we do. That's what this organization does. And maybe he didn't work out, but you don't even know at this point. There was no preseason. There was no typical offseason. He's played 4 games in a new system. You can't tell me that he's not putting in the work. It's evident he's putting in the work. He transformed his body. He came in. He's saying the right things. You make him a captain of your team, and now you bench him. Why? Because the media is pounding on their chest saying you should make a move, questioning you every single moment. The front office, they meet. Look, this is baffling to me. I would have rather seen Dwayne Haskins go 1-15 the rest of the way, and we damn well know that we are taking a quarterback with one of the top picks next year, than now play quarterback roulette the rest of the season, and throughout it probably finish, 6-10, 7-9, and be out of the running to get an elite quarterback. This is a mistake. I'm on record in saying it. You can come at me if you don't agree with it. But from the 1st and 10 club, that's my 2 cents on this situation. Stunned at this point. We'll see. In Rivera, I trust. But I'm questioning this one. Let's go football.